All right, about third or fourth time to make this video, talking about these orbs again. Because we just had a Zoom meeting this past Thursday night. I was down at the Pink House and did it on the front porch. So as we're doing it, it's from 7 to 9:30 p.m. Lights getting dimmer and darker, darker. Finally, it's on me in total darkness with only the screen light lighting up my face. And I mentioned, sorry, I'm out on the porch of the Pink House in the middle of Swamp, Louisiana, and Hildegard laughs. You seen the alligators? I'm like, not today. She's like, what? They all thought I was joking when I say I'm in the swamp in Louisiana when I do that. So, no, telling the truth. I mentioned, no, I told them I'm telling the truth. When Pink House is on a dead end street, on an island, in a swamp, in the middle of nowhere, Louisiana, backs up to a National Wildlife Reserve, yeah, I'm telling the truth. There are alligators and snakes there. Yeah, yeah. So they thought I was joking, but anyway. They mentioned, hey, Don, because it was just chit chat, no presenters, anything, just people talking, anything odd or anything usual going on in your life lately. I said, well, I did a video recently on something, and an orb appeared, and I actually caught it on video and put it out here on this website on BitChute and talked about it, and it caught it on camera, and there it is. Another lady spoke, oh, that's really neat. Try to get them to stop, because a lot of times there could be entities or something like that. I'm like, I have no idea. I find it more distracting. It's just like whatever. As you can see, that's what most people do. It's just whatever. Just go on. That's what I do. Well, I was looking back on a video today on Strange Happening 74 called Sophia, and there it is again, an orb thing, and I'm like, what? But honestly, personally, it looked like a reflection to me. Looked like some kind of reflection the way this one was doing, because it was more spiky looking, not just a nice circle, but it had unusual spikes and wisp of light behind it, kind of thing. It like a denser white, bright white with a little wispy stuff behind it. I'm like, that makes me think of a reflection. Honestly, I try to get science more than anything a reflection, and so I did a video on it, trying to, it's a reflection probably, blah, blah, blah. It's acting odd. It's down here below the bed level again. And so I did a video, then I went and rewatched it, what I was saying. I'm like, well, let me really look at that again. It's like, wait a minute. It didn't start here on this wall like that last one. It started on this wall, the one behind the headboard of the bed, went across the corner, so it covered two walls, and the one before that, right before that, came out from under the bed at floor level. Because this is, if you go back to the 7-minute 20-second mark on Strange Happening 74 Sophia, I'll put a link below. 7-minute 20-second mark is when that brighter one, the really bright one, comes out. I'll put a couple of still capture frames here next. Okay, just review that again. There are several other orbs right before that 7-minute 20-second mark. If you go back to 7:13, there's another good one. Not quite as bright, but it actually started at the floor, on the floor level, and went up. And I'm like, and then there's another one besides that one. There's like two others right before that brighter one. I'm at a loss. Sorry, but I can't put the whole video out there because I delete it off my phone after I do these videos. I save it to a hard drive on a Windows tablet, and Windows and Apple don't like to talk to each other much, apparently. So it's hard for me to get it back over. Once I just archive it, I just archive all these videos on Windows and on a hard drive from here. But to get it back on Apple, it's just like, ugh, it's a pain. So I'm not going to go through all that. A couple of still photos. Anyway, it came from that wall, and I'm like, how did it cross two walls? Because it can't be a reflection from this window. There's two windows on this wall. It can't be a reflection if it's on the same wall as those two windows. It can't be a reflection from that. I do have a window on this wall, behind the bed over here. So if the reflection's on that wall, it can't be a reflection from that window, and it crossed both that back wall and this wall. How did it do that? And I'm like, I don't know how it did that. So the idea of reflection is kind of going out of my head a bit. I cannot figure out how it would have reflected. Still possible. Anything is possible, right? It could just be a reflection. So anything is possible. But it's like, okay, it's not a mote of dust, because earlier in that same video, if you watch the whole thing, there's a mote of dust that floats by, and it, when you see a mote of dust, it's like gentle on a breeze and it floats by. Or cat hair, we have cats, and it floats by gentle. It's like, okay, I get that. It's in front of the camera lens, I get that. But when it's like that and it makes zigzags and does things like that, I'm like, okay, that's not a nice gentle mote of dust. Something else is going on. My next thought is reflection. Now I can't figure out how it could be a reflection now. So I'm a little stumped. So that's where I'm at. Anyway, that's the orb talk. I do have another meeting with my mentor tonight. This is Monday. He had to push it off one day because he had a prior engagement or something from Sunday night, my normal Sunday. So tonight, Monday, which will be after my second part of my root canal, which I have today at 3 o'clock. And unfortunately, I don't think the root canal took, because it should have cleared up the infection and all that was in here. Was doing really good until a couple of days ago this weekend, and it's getting inflamed and infected again, so I don't think it took, and you may have to pull the tooth. We'll see. Anyway, getting older. Hey, what's the alternative, right? I'll go with it. Anyway, let's see. My mentorship tonight. Eventually, he's talked about something called flame body activation. I don't know what that is exactly. The only thing I know personally from my experiences with flames is when I get angry. Probably like you, like everybody. When you get angry, you feel flames, right? Because, I've heard that on TV and stuff like that, but that really does happen with me. It's funny because normally when I'm walking around, I keep my senses open. I can feel the environment around me, what's around me, cops up ahead. I've talked about that, feeling all reality around me. But when I get angry, it's like I pull everything in and it all focuses in just right around me. I mean, everything pulls in and focuses. I've mentioned, I think, in one video in the past, maybe I deleted it, but when I tend to do that, pull my awareness in and focus it here on myself and be concentrated right here, things start happening in the environment around me. Things start happening. So I don't usually do that because things will happen. So I don't normally do that. But when I get angry, I do that. And it's like flames all over my body. And anybody knows me out there, you know that this happens because I've talked about it repeatedly. My wife, my family, any friends, like when I get angry, it's like flames all over my body. I can see this in my head. I can feel it. It's like flames all over me. And watch out. Everybody knows it. It's like when I get angry, you need to get away. Everybody needs to get away. My wife does this. She knows this. She's known me forever. It's like when I get angry, or if I hurt myself, anything like that, and my attention focuses on me, get away. And so everybody knows this. Just get away from me. So, but it's like flames. That's the only thing I know about flames. But that's a normal thing, normal human thing. Really, honestly, probably. Everybody feels like that, right? You get angry, you feel flames all over you. I do anyway. That's the only thing I know about flames. So, moving forward, mentoring session tonight. Other half of a root canal, maybe a root tooth pulling today, maybe. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how everything goes.